Big Rob, everybody. There we go. It's like a comedy club in this piece. That's what I'm talking about.
Microphone, 1, 2. My story doesn't have a title. So I'll let you, at the end of my story, hook up that title, if you so choose to. So that morning, I woke up knowing that I could no longer tolerate the stench of men being raped. I could no longer stomach, I could no longer digest the stabbings, the beatdowns, the injustices. That morning I knew, as I lay there in my bed, staring at the ceiling for about 4 hours, that I could no longer return to my career as a law enforcement officer at the state penitentiary. All the years that I spent craving the beatdowns, craving that blood, craving the fights, the 10-10s. That was the code for a fight. We got a 10-10, and I was there. I woke up that morning sick to my stomach, and I laid there, and I never returned to law enforcement to this day. But I said, now I gotta do something. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my life, right? I had a great career, my family was proud of me, coming from the hood, from the ghetto, to become a decorated officer. I couldn't just leave it like that. So I needed direction. I needed a new focus. So I packed my ish and I bought a one-way ticket to the island, to Borinquen, to Puerto Rico. If you've never been to a tropical paradise, you don't understand the healing that an island, the ocean, the palm trees, the breeze can bring to your life. If you're looking for any type of healing in your life, invest in that trip. Stand on the sand with all your worries. See, y'all gonna mess me up. Because this is some real shit right here that I'm telling you. Stand on that sand with all your worries to your back and face the ocean, and nature will heal you. Okay, that was almost 2 words in there. It will hear you and heal you. So that's where I was, in Puerto Rico, standing on that sand, facing the ocean, delivering myself from those demons that haunted me at night, from those voices that said, help me, Officer Rue, help me. I was getting that healing on that sand. That was phase 1, the healing. But as any addict, you still need that detox, right? I was still craving, I was still addicted to going to war, to fighting. I was still addicted to blood, and I needed it. I craved it. I wanted it. So I searched for it. And I found it in a small town called Guayama, Puerto Rico. I walked into this boxing gym, and I said, who's the head trainer here? Little dude, about 4'11", stepped up. His face full of knowledge, wrinkles, wisdom. He's been through some ish. This is the guy that I need to talk to. This is the guy for phase 2. I said, I need you to train me. I want to be a boxer. He said, well, do you know how to fight? I said, yeah, I know how to fight. Well, where have you fought? Well, I have a pretty good record at Stateville Correctional Center in Joliet. He said, ¿Qué? He said, what the fuck is that? I said, it's a state prison back where I'm from. That's not boxing. Those are fucking animals going at each other. I said, you gonna train me or not? Take your shirt off. So I took my shirt off, and he said, take your fucking fat ass out of my gym. And I said, are you gonna train me or not? He said, get the fuck out of my gym right now. You're not serious about this, you're not ready for this. So I left. I wanna say about 3 weeks later, I went to my local gym, I hit the weights, I ran, and I trimmed down about 30 pounds. I was heavy, I was working the overnight shift for so many years as a law enforcement officer, eating garbage, and I put on the weight. So I went back, and I was a little trimmer. He said, lift your shirt. I lift my shirt. I didn't have a six-pack, but it was flat enough. So he said, I'll train you. He gave me the gloves. He said, hit that bag for like 5 fucking minutes. Within 2 minutes, I was gassed. Because boxing is so much different than an all-out, mindless brawl. And I was gassed. But for the next 8 months, he beat me into a disciplined machine in the ring. Everything that I had learned on the street, everything I had learned in the penitentiary, I took that energy along with his skill. I combined it. And I took that into the ring. And we went town to town to town to town, whooping ass. Whooping ass. And I found that detox, right? I found that energy that I needed because I love to fight, and I found it in the ring. There are 3 things that I loved about boxing. Number 3 was entering the ring. You got your crew behind you. You got your slick robe, your boots, your tassels, your colors, your name. Woo, the music is going. Everybody's screaming. Everybody loves you. They don't know you, but it doesn't matter. They love you because you're about to spill your blood on the canvas. That's all they want to see. They want to see a show, and I love them back for that. It was like walking into Thunderdome, and I loved it. I craved it. I needed it. I wanted it. The second thing I loved about boxing was the taste of my own blood in my mouth. Yeah, I was a psycho. But I loved it. It reminded me of the days I was in Stateville duking it out with all these gangbangers, all these murderers, rapists. It reminded me of those days. And the more blood I tasted in my mouth, the more vicious I got. I feel it now. That was number 2. But the main thing that I loved about boxing was the introduction. Hearing my name. I loved it. When I would enter the ring, I would recite my own introduction in my head before I got into the ring because I knew there wasn't going to be much of an intro inside the ring. The announcer would say, where are you from? I'm from Mount Naba. What's your name? My name is Rob. Where are you from? I'm from Caguas. What's your name? My name is Lewis. All right, I want a clean fight. No dirty fish. When you hear the bell, box. That wasn't going to give me geek to fight. So, I don't know how many boxing fans there are here, how many people are familiar with the infamous Michael Buffer. But I heard his voice in my head. What I heard was, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds of championship boxing brought to you by Tecate. Cerveza con carácter. And in the red corner, weighing in at 220 pounds, with a record of 25 wins, 0 losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning, undisputed, undefeated WBO, WBA, IBF heavyweight champion of the world from Maunabo, Puerto Rico, Big Rob Ruiz. Thank you.
Keep it going for Rob, everybody. That was great. I love that. Man. Cerveza con carácter.